This segment of the show, we always do something lighter in nature. We talk about some of our great county and colony history. First one you're going to see is of Savory Ave in Carver. It was the first divided highway in the United States. So if you're ever driving down Route 58, you can pull over and drive through the tree divided highway. It was an agreement between William Savory in 1861 and 5 other owners for shade and ornament for man and beast is the language of it. For 100 years it was a main passage through that section of Carver. In 1961, Main Street was rerouted around Savory's Avenue, but it's still a beautiful spot if you have enough time to drive through that, and it brings back historic times. It is nominated to be listed in the National Register for Historic Places. The next one you're going to see is a document also in the town of Carver. It was originally part of the town of Plympton until 1970. Many of our communities began with what we call father or mother communities and are later divided into smaller towns. Abington, for example, was Old Abington and divided from different parts of Abington into Abington, Whitman, and Rockland. And many towns like Plymouth and Carver and Plympton have done the same, Rochester being another one. But the Lake Inman Green is located in the village of North Carver. It's one of the most historic parts of Carver. It's a central component of the Lakeman Historic District, established in 1990. The district dates from 1637 and is part of the first settlement of that area. Then it was part of Plympton. Initially given to the town by John Shaw, Carver's first permanent resident, the green was used for grazing cattle. But as you drive through that area, there's a lot of interesting places there. Second oldest home in Carver, the Rufus German home, King Philip's Hall, Congregational Church, and other things. It's part of the fabric of Plymouth County when you drive by, visit, or stop at a place like this. And next from the Plymouth County records is Woodside. Woodside's a part of Plymouth. It was the home of the Brewster family for 200 years, one of the oldest houses in Kingston. Major William Bradford gave 30 acres in Plymouth's North District. We talked about the divisions that would become Kingston to his stepson, and they built a small salt box called Woodside. Their daughter Sarah married a shipbuilder, and Sarah's uncle, Rustling Brewster, whose descendants would live in the property for 2 centuries. With the town of Kingston, we did some great notable records with Susan April, who was the archivist at the Kingston Public Library. We probably did about 10 notable records, so I still want to thank Susan for the work she did there. And last but not least, we have a story of some of our great colonial records. Plymouth County is the host of the Plymouth Colony Records. On the second floor of the Registry of Deeds is a temperature and humidity controlled vault. It has some fascinating records. We always try to highlight one each month. This month relates to voting. There's a lot of controversy all around the country about making voting easier, doing drop boxes, early voting. Not everyone agrees on how to do it, but in the Plymouth Colony, they agreed through the colonial court that not only would they do something innovative, but they allowed you to vote by proxy. Voting by proxy means if you couldn't get there for a disability or other issues that came up in emergencies, they allowed someone to vote in your place. Well, I'm certainly not advocating that. It certainly is interesting of the time when they had difficulty getting around but they wanted people to vote. I want to thank the folks here at PAC TV for their help in producing this show. We've done many episodes telling the story of Plymouth County, telling people about real estate, which for most people is their most valuable asset, and we'll continue to do that. And we'll see you next month. Have a great end of the summer. Thank you.